Would you say this is the worst Brock Purdy take ever? There's been a lot, but this has to be up there. After 2 miraculous comeback wins in the playoffs, 1 week before the Super Bowl, Colin Cowherd speculates that Brock Purdy could be in a QB competition fighting for his starting job against one Sam Darnold.
He's been bad in the playoffs. He's had a couple of great late drives. Purdy at home against bad defenses has an egregiously bad negative dropback rate. So my take is, if Purdy struggles, Kyle goes, he got outplayed for 3 quarters by Love, outplayed by 2.5 quarters by lousy in the Super Bowl, that Sam Darnold would go into camp battling Purdy, and whoever played better would win that job.
No, I like Colin Cowherd. I think I'm the only 49ers fan that likes Colin Cowherd, but that strikes me as improbable. I don't think Brock Purdy will be fighting for his starting job with Sam Darnold. More so after this article with Peter King interviewing Kyle Shanahan. As far as Brock Purdy playing terribly against Green Bay and Detroit, that's not how Kyle Shanahan viewed it, according to Kyle Shanahan. Kyle Shanahan saw it as Brock making chicken salad out of chicken shit. For example, here's one quote. He says, he was already looking to the next play because he just assumed it was going to be a sack or a negative play. There was nothing there. But Brock Purdy turned it into a first down. And he says that Brock is the best quarterback he's ever had at doing that, and that he's an assassin at the on-schedule stuff. So I don't think he's going to be competing with Sam Darnold. Another interesting tidbit from the article apparently was John York, not Jed York, John York, who had a significant role in the drafting of Brock Purdy. Apparently, Shanahan put a 4th-round grade on Brock. And as he saw him slipping further and further in the draft, he wanted to take him. But there was significant organizational pressure for him to fill other needs. Linebacker, O-line, after having spent as much as they did on Trey Lance the year before. Like, you already spent all that draft capital on a quarterback the year before. You've got to fill other needs. You got to do it. And, but after speaking to John York, apparently John York just said to him, who's the best player available? And Kyle Shanahan, oh, that's definitely Brock. So then take Brock. For those of you that don't know what John York looks like, here's John York. This is from 2019. But if you look at the way Kyle interacts with them, it gives you an idea why he's like the longest tenured coach. Because we had some lean years. Remember, we had some terrible years. And his job was never in jeopardy because he gets along with everybody. You can be an asshole. You can be Kanye West if you're bringing in hundreds of millions of dollars. You can be Bill Belichick as long as you're winning Super Bowls. You can be Mike Vrabel as long as you're in Super Bowl contention. But as soon as you're not, if you're an a-hole, you have no reservoir of goodwill to save your ass. So I guess what I'm saying is, suck up to your boss. That's what I'm saying. Suck up to your boss. So I thought that was interesting. And this will enrage Trayanon. Remember when Trayanon went to training camp and OTAs? Grant Cohn, Ryan Hensley, Jesse Naylor, they all went to training camp, OTAs and training camp, and they started logging the throws. They're like, Brock had a terrible day. Brock threw so many interceptions. Oh my God. Trey Lance, A+ throw. From my eyes, I don't know what they're looking at, but from my eyes, Trey Lance is playing. It turns out that whole time, Kyle Shanahan knew and communicated to Brock that he was their guy long term. Even as his arm was in a sling, Kyle Shanahan told Brock, you're our guy long term. If we do get Tom Brady, it'll be for 1 year. You'll sit and learn and heal for 1 year, but you will be the guy long term. So all that logging of throws by Trayanon turns out was a total waste of time. And not only was it a waste of time, apparently they were completely wrong. First of all, Guy Haberman was so annoyed at these grades, he made up his own grading system. Remember Guy Haberman? He made up GFF, something like that. And he started grading the throws, and listen, it was a little bit different from what the scores that Shanahan was coming up with. And we see now in Dallas is going to let him go for nothing. So apparently those grades that Shanahan made during the offseason were not only useless, they were also inaccurate.